Okay, it's a cloud-based data warehouse. Okay, so it's mainly for what? Mainly for data storage, data processing, and data analytics. Okay, it's a cloud-based data warehouse, mainly for storaging, processing, analytics. Okay, it's mainly for what? It can handle huge volumes of data. Tell me what is huge volumes of data in the sense like what? Tell me huge volumes in the sense like what? Now, huge volumes nothing but what it can handle terabytes to petabytes of volumes it can handle easily. So terabytes to petabytes of volumes it can handle easily. So it's a demo kind of thing. Don't worry. Okay, it's a simple thing. It's a cloud-based data warehouse, mainly for what? Mainly for storaging, processing, analytic. It can handle huge volumes of data. Nothing but what? Terabytes to petabytes of volume. So before starting now, let me help you. What is OLTP system and OLAP system? Tell me anybody what is OLTP system? Anyone abbreviation for OLTP? Abbreviation? What's abbreviation for OLTP?
Online transaction process, online analytical process.
Okay, see online transaction processing and online analytical processing. Simple thing. Online, we'll see detail what exactly I'm trying to convey. Online transaction processing and what about OLAP? Online analytical processing. I'll give simple use case. Let me go. Suppose like I'm having one bank. Okay. I went to the ATM. So my balance is 10,000. I want to withdraw 6,000. Now here point is that no, within fraction of seconds, what happened? Within fraction of seconds, we'll get a message saying like your amount is 4K is the balance. Okay. So this is the same thing. Now what happened? I go to the net banking application. I want to see last 5 years statement. Tell me now what happened? The response time will be faster, will be slower. Anyone? Anyone? Any idea? See right now, see what I want to convey is that when I go to the ATM, so see we are getting the response within fraction of seconds. When I go to the net banking, now I want to see last 5 years statement. The response time will be faster, will be slower. Anyone? Any guess? Hmm.
Slow. It will be
Slow. Why?
slow.
Because 5 years trading nothing but what? It's a historical data. Historical data. Now, point you need to understand is that what? So for a day-to-day transactions, where we can store in our database. What about historical data? Where we store historical data? Where in the exactly in the data warehouse. Now, point you remember is that what Snowflake is mainly for OLTP system or OLAP system by comparing these two use cases. Anyone can say. So by seeing these use cases, Snowflake is mainly for OLTP system or OLAP system. Any guess?
It's OLAP.
OLAP is OLAP. See one more time. It's a cloud-based, fully managed, okay, data warehouse mainly for analytical solution. Okay, so this is mainly for OLAP system. We can perform OLTP, but mainly for OLAP system we can able to perform. And tell me, after completion of this course, what is our role or job profile we want to apply? Anyone, any idea? These are the basic things you should have knowledge. Tell me, what is the role or job profile we want to apply? Hmm. What is the role? So it says Snowflake developer, or we can call as Snowflake data engineer. So we need to apply for this profile, developer profile or data engineer. Same thing, tell me, current suppose like if you work a project, who are your team members? Any idea? So who are your team members in a project? Anyone, any guess? We'll see the same thing in detail in the coming session. So just brief understand what's our role, who are team members. We need to have a little bit understanding. Tell me who are our team members? Anyone, any guess? Any guess? So see, we'll have Snowflake developer team will be there. Then any other profile, Snowflake admin will be there. Any other thing, Snowflake architect guy will be there. And who will do the testing? Which team will do the testing? Anyone? Any yes? So QA.
QA,
QA is nothing but what? Quality
quality assurance.
assurance, or you can call as testing team. Okay, so testing team. And tell me any other team will be there? Developer, admin, architect, then what happened? So BA people. What is BA? Abbreviation for BA? It's a business analyst. Okay, analyst team. And what is BA? Okay, BA, what is BA abbreviation? It's a business intelligence. Who are these guys? These are nothing but reporting people will be there. Simple thing. Okay, so in a project, so dev team will be there, admin, architect, testing team, BA team, then team lead, the project manager, the okay client. These are the people will be there in a project. Tell me in a project, how many people are there approximately? Any guess? So these are the basic things you should have knowledge. Tell me approximately how many people will be there? Approximately around, okay, 8 to 10 people. Depends on the project, 8 to 12 people. Okay, so developer team. So dev team will be there, admin. These are the basic things you should have. So our role will be Snowflake developer or Snowflake data engineer. And remember one thing, Snowflake is a SaaS model. What's the abbreviation for SaaS? Anyone? Abbreviation for SaaS? SaaS abbreviation. It's a software as a
A service.
survey. What exactly software as a service in the sense like anyone can you brief me what exactly SaaS? Hmm.
We
Remember
can
this?
use it through internet only without any application.
Okay, so generally now what happened? So see, no need to install any hardware, okay, or any software. Just create account and work on it. Simple use case. You see what happens. Suppose see here, see this is a Snowflake account. We are trying to create account and we are trying to work it. Now tell me this is what, anybody tell me what is this one? Which database it is? Which database? Anybody? Any idea? Hmm. It's a
Oracle.
Oracle database. Oracle database. Now see what happened. So we are so this ID we need to install. Oracle database we need to install. This software is but what happened when you see the Snowflake? No, we are just creating account. We are trying to work. Nothing. It's a SaaS model. Snowflake is a SaaS model. No need to install any software or any hardware. Just create account and work on it. This is the functionality. Got a point one more time. It's a SaaS model. No need to install any software or any hardware. Same thing now, it's also pay as you go model. What is pay as you go model? Suppose if you use Uber, so suppose if you use for 1 hour, tell me you will pay for 1 hour or one day, will pay for 1 hour. Same thing here also in Snowflake. So if you use for 1 hour, we should pay for 1 hour. Remember in Snowflake, there are two types of cost. One is storage cost, other is the computation cost. So every month, after completion of every month, so we need to pay, our client need to pay Snowflake for the storage cost and the same thing. If I use for 1 hour service, I should pay for same thing here. We should pay for storage cost and the computation cost. One more time. So we'll see like high level. Snowflake is a what? It's a cloud-based
Data warehouse.
data warehouse. Main purpose is that what is mainly for data storaging, data processing, and the data analytics. So it can handle huge volumes of data, nothing but terabytes to petabytes of volumes it can handle easily. Okay. It's mainly for what? Mainly for OLAP,
Right.
nothing but analytical solution. Okay. And it's a SaaS model, software as a service. It's a pay as you go model. Okay. This is the same thing. And what's the role we want to apply? We want to apply for Snowflake developer profile or data engineer we want to go. Okay. And who are your team members? Like dev team will be there, testing team, admin guy, architect. So BA people, team. These are the guys who will work in a project because so we don't work individually, we'll work as a team. Okay. So you should know that who are your team members. Okay. See this is the functionality. Okay. Same thing. Tell me generally, okay, so Snowflake right now, no scope of your project. Okay, so generally, know what happened. So right now, okay, which project is going on mostly for Snowflake? Mostly the data migration project is going on. Tell me what exactly data migration project? Anyone, any guess? What exactly we are trying to do? Any guess? Migration project, nothing but what?
Getting data from other or
On-prem.
on
Other
premises,
nothing but what? Okay, see,
another
simple
database.
thing.
Yeah.
So moving the data from one data source to Snowflake. Simple thing. So see, this remember this is important thing. Ultimately, as a part of Snowflake developer will work most of this thing only. Data migration project. Moving the data from one data source to Snowflake. So what data source nothing but what? It can be on premises or it can be cloud. Okay. So what data sources? It can be what are data sources? Anybody any guess? It can be Oracle database, SQL Server, Postgre, okay. So MySQL, okay. SAP HANA. There are so many things will be there. Okay. See, it can be any data sources. So Netazan, okay. So Greenplum. So these are the data sources available in the market. Okay. Oracle database. So from here we want to move our data to Snowflake. So this is called as what? Data migration. So moving the existing data into Snowflake. Now tell me now question is that no, what exactly data nothing but what exactly we are trying to migrate? What exactly any guess? So you're saying like so moving the data. Now what data, how the data will be stored, where exactly data will be stored? Tell me. Any guess? Any guess? So see, it can be
Tables,
tables, it can be views, it can be functions and
files.
procedures. Okay, simple thing what happened. If you're able to understand this data migration, almost like so we are onto the same thing. Because now we work mostly this project only, the migration project. So see what exactly now? So we'll have the multiple phases will be there in a project. So phase one, phase two, phase three. Okay, so three phases will be there. So phase one now we'll try to migrate the tables, the existing tables. In the phase two, what exactly we'll try to migrate? The existing views. What exactly we'll try to migrate in the third phase? The functions and the procedures. So see one more time. So see, you need to understand what? So our data will be there in any databases, Oracle database, SQL Server. Now, what exactly we need to migrate? We need to migrate the tables, the views, the functions, and the process. Now, tell me approximately how many tables will be there? 5 to 10 tables, sir. Approximately. Any guess? How many tables will be there? 5, 10 tables, sir.
Thousands.
So 1,500 plus to 1,000 plus tables. Okay, so it depends on the project. Mostly because we are saying like huge volumes, nothing but what. So it can be terabytes of volume. So 50 terabytes, 100 terabytes, like this terabytes of volumes there in the tables. So we want to migrate this 1,000 plus tables. So 300 plus okay views and 100 plus procedures or functions. So ultimately what? Ultimately our data will be there in Oracle database our SQL Server database. We want to take this data and migrate into Snowflake. Suppose see what happened, assume like in the phase one. So remember, just like a demo kind of thing, if not able to understand, don't worry. So like we'll see the same thing in detail. Just want to highlight what exactly as a Snowflake developer we want to work. Suppose in the phase one, the client is asking to migrate this table. Suppose see this is my table. Now see this table, this is the DDL script. Control C, go to Snowflake, Control V. Okay. Now tell me now what I now tell me now if I execute it will work as this. Huh? Tell me. So this is the DDL. Okay, DDL nothing but create table name. Now this is the country table I want to migrate into Snowflake. Now point to remember is that what if I copy the same thing, if I execute, it will work, it won't work. Because in Snowflake, this is not available. Okay, if I execute no, so see, this is saying this is not available. Okay, we need to remove all this functional. Okay, so bracket open, bracket close. So see, now tell me now what happened? Table has been created. So you need to understand is that what? Already the definition, all the things will be there. According to the Snowflake standard, we want to migrate. In the first phase, what we want to migrate? The table. Suppose in the second phase, suppose I want to migrate a simple view. See simple view. So see this DDL, copy the same thing. Now go back to Snowflake and execute the same thing. You'll get some clarity. Now see what happened. Now already the definition is there in Oracle database. Just we should copy and make it working. Now see here what happened. So see, it is saying what? Unknown function instinct. So in Snowflake, no, this function is not there. So we need to make it to. So here point you need to understand is that what already the data or definition is available. According to Snowflake standard, we need to, so just to see here, everything is there. Just we want to migrate it. So see one more time. So see, as a part of Snowflake developer, what exactly we need to migrate? We need to migrate the existing tables, existing views, existing functions, and the procedure. Now tell me now if I copy, suppose like if you see this DDL, if I copy the same thing, it will work. So we need to tweak it according to Snowflake standard one more time. So while migrating, no, while migrating, we need to make sure like our DDLs are working fine in the Snowflake. According to the Snowflake standard, we need to migrate the DDL scripts and the data. One more time, as a part of Snowflake developer, what we need to migrate? The existing tables, existing views, existing functions, and the processor. So while migrating, now what happened? If I copy the same thing, it won't work. We should tweak according to Snowflake standard. That is our thing. One more time. So getting the point of what I want to convey, this is our day-to-day activities. So we want to migrate all the existing tables, so views, the functions, the procedures, all the logic we need to migrate according to the Snowflake standard. This is the main thing. Okay, so this is the same functional. Getting a little bit. Now question is that now my application is working fine in Oracle database. So why the clients wants to migrate? One more time. Now my application is working here. Now why the company or the clients wants to move to Snowflake? Why the companies or clients wants to move the data to Snowflake? Why anybody? It's working fine. Why? Any guess? So see, remember this application is working here. See, now data is working fine. Now if X know data is working fine. But why the companies wants to migrate to Snowflake? What's the main goal? Anything?
Cost, speed.
Cost. So cost cutting. Okay. Then
Scalability.
performance. Then one more thing, scalability. We can easily scale up and scale down. Any other thing? Security. Okay. So and we can easily integrate with multi clouds. Okay. See, multi clouds. Okay. There are so many features. Other we'll see later point of time. So cost cutting, performance, scalability. Simple thing. If you're not able to understand, suppose see, I'm having one phone is there. In the phone, it's having 128 GB storage is there. Okay. So with the help of videos and photos, it occupy almost like 120 GB. Now you here understand, tell me now. Now it's almost like occupy 120 GB. Now tell me the performance of the phone will be faster, will be slower. Tell me it's almost consumed 120 GB. Now the performance will be faster, slower of the phone.
It will be
Hmm.
slow.
Because when the data increases, what happened? The performance will get degraded. Now suppose like this, all this data is important. Then what happened? Tell me I can purchase one more phone. No. So now my this data is important. Then what I should do? Any guess? Tell me. So this data is important. Then what we should do? So we need to move this data to what? To the cloud. Nothing but what? Google Drive. Same thing here also. The company data, when the company data grows, what happened? The performance will get degraded. That's why what? So we are trying to migrate the historical data to where? To the Snowflake. Simple thing. Here when data increases, what happened? The performance degrade. Now this data, what happened? Suppose like out of 120 GB, 80 GB is important. Now what happened? I can able to move this data to the Google Drive so that the space will be less. We can able to have the performance. Same thing here also. What happened? This data is having huge volumes of data. Now when the data increases, what happened? The performance degrade. Now what exactly I'm trying to do? I'm trying to move the historical data to Snowflake so that what the performance will get improved. Got the point? So this is the main thing. So see, main purpose is that what? So why we companies are moving cost cutting, performance, scalability. So it can easily connect to multi-cloud, AWS cloud, Azure cloud, and GCP cloud. We can easily integrate the same. And it's a SaaS model. No need to suppose if any upgradation are there, we don't bother. We can able to access the same thing. But here we should do the patches our own thing. But here So Snowflake will take the patches or any updates. So we no need to involve in. Okay, it's a main thing. Got a point. So see this is the so data migration project we are trying to work. Simple thing. If you're not able to understand, I'll try to give simple use case. You'll get some clarity. Okay. Tell me now, suppose see, if I go to the bank statement, okay, tell me why I want to see last 5 year statement. What's the purpose? Anyone, any guess? Suppose I want to see last 5 year statement. By seeing the last 5 year statement, what I can get? What information can I get? Any guess? Simple thing. So why I want to see last 5 year statement? So I want to know like in which is in each year how much I got it. Okay, see how much I am earning and how much I am spending. Okay, same thing here also. The company wants to know their business. Okay, tell me how can they know business, whether they're getting profit or not when we compare the data with the previous year's data, historical data. Got the point? A simple thing. If you're not able to understand, suppose see I am the ABC car sales CEO. Okay. Now see what happened. Now in the 2024, I want to know how much profit I have earned. One more time. So I'm assuming like the car sales. Okay, I want to know in the 2024 how much the car sales are. Assume like what? My car sales are there in US region, UK region, and India region. Okay, see my car sales productions are there in US, UK, India. So in these three regions, I want to find. Suppose see in the US, assume like okay, it is having 50% of the sales and it's there in Oracle database. Understand this use case. Same thing, if I go for UK, okay, my sales is 30%. It is there in SQL Server or SAP HANA database. Same thing, if I go for India, okay, my data is there in 20%. Now what happens? See the same functionality, SAP HANA. Now tell me now what happens? It's there in flat files. Okay. Now what is the requirement? Now in 2024, I want to know how much sales and how much profit I want. Now this is in different database. Tell me, can you conclude the data? No. Now what exactly we should do? Tell me. What exactly now? I want to analyze all the data at one place. Now, what exactly we should do? Any guess? Any guess? Simple thing. What exactly we should do?
We should move all the data to one
We should bring all the data to one place. This is called as, tell me, moving all the data to one place is called as what?
migration.
Tell me. Migration now. So see migration. So moving all this data to one place is called as data migration. So where exactly we are trying to migrate our data? Tell me. Tell me.
Snowflake.
Snowflake, no. So simple thing, no. Snowflake. Okay, Snowflake. Okay, Snowflake. Good. Okay. Now what exactly now? So data has been there here. Now what happened now? Data, 100% data is there. Now by using Snowflake concept, I have bring the data to Snowflake. Now tell me now how I can able to communicate with the Snowflake with English, huh? Telugu, tell me how can I communicate?
SQL language.
Tell me.
Through
Simple thing
SQL,
now. See how can I communicate the Snowflake through language called SQL. What is SQL? It's a structured query language. In the SQL, what you should get? You should get all these things. SQL commands. So filtering concept, sorting concept, string function, set operators, pattern matching. So these are the aggregate functions. See, ultimately what? So by using SQL, what we can able to perform? We can able to communicate the Snowflake and we can able to do what? So validation and a transformation. So transformation, how can you do with the help of aggregate functions, analytical functions, joins. Ultimately, what we bring the data and who will consume this? Tell me now. We need to create views. Now tell me who will consume these views? Which guy will consume the views? Tell me. Tell me. Who will consume these views? Anybody? Ultimately, what we bring the data, we created, we do the transmission, and we have built this views. Now, who will consume these views? Which guys?
reporting
Which
guys.
reporting guys. Reporting
BI
guys, what they try to do? They try to build the dashboards. Okay, now tell me here. So this is aggregate function, analytical functions, group by. Now, how they're trying to write? By using SQL concept. So see, so bringing all this data to one place with the help of doing the validation, transformation, and creating views. And this views will be consumed by whom? Reporting people. Reporting people, what they try to build? They try to build dashboards. Tell me, ultimately, this dashboards who will consume, who will see this data? The BA people, or the clients, or the stakeholder. Suppose in my table contains millions of records. Can able to understand? No, we need to go for visualization. Now what happened? We need to create views and views will be consumed by Power BI people. They can able to see one more time if you're not able to understand. So see this project flow. This is important. So tell me you're working for what project? Migration project. Suppose like my data is sitting in different sources. Assume like it is there in flat files, Oracle database, and SAP HANA. Now what exactly? Tell me now we want to move all this data to where? To Snowflake. So this is called as what? What this is called as data migration. Tell me what exactly we want to migrate. Tell me.
We're keeping all the place, all the data in single place.
So we need to migrate what? We need to migrate the tables, existing functions, existing procedures and views. Tell me we can copy directly copy. It will work. It won't work. We need to make it some tweaking of the Snowflake standard. Now see what happened. This is on premises or no, this is the same thing. Now who will come into picture? Which guy? The ETL developer. What is ETL abbreviation? Anyone? Anyone? ETL abbreviation? Extraction, transformation, and loading. So see the ETL people, they put in the data lake. Now who will come into picture? So see what happened. Ultimately, we want to bring all this data to Snowflake. How we are trying to bring? We need to create a what? Create the data pipelines. Ultimately, what? Ultimately, as a part of Snowflake developer, we should create data pipelines, data validation, data transformation, and the data automation. So this is the same thing. So one more time, as a part of Snowflake developer, we want to migrate. So we need to migrate the data migration or code migration we should do. Okay, see one more time. So we want to bring all this data to Snowflake. We should do that validation, source and target are matching. Then what exactly we should do? Tell me then after validation, we should the transformation and automation. And who will give on we need to create views, who will consume these views? The reporting people. Ultimately, what we need to get all these things. Okay, see one more time. The same process instead of AWS, we can have Azure or we can have GCP. So ultimately, as a part of Snowflake developer, the data is sitting here. We should migrate to the according to Snowflake standard, and we need to do the validation, transmission, automation, data pipelines, and give to the Power BI people. They try to consume this data and they can able to make it. If you want to do all this automation or transformation, we should know the SQL concept, the aggregate function, analytical functions, joins, constraints. Okay, see it is these all things we'll see in the from Monday onwards. We'll try to start the SQL concept. So if you see this thing, if you're able to understand this flow, almost like we are good with the Snowflake. Bringing the data from different sources because of cost cutting, performance, SaaS model, because of all these reasons, what happened? The clients wants to move their data to on-premises. It's a SaaS model. Why it's a SaaS model? Because no need to install any software or any hardware. Just to create account and work on it. So that what we can able to use the functionality. Okay, so see one more time. It's a what? It's a cloud-based data warehouse, storaging, processing, analytic, huge volumes of data. It's mainly for OLAP system. It's a SaaS model. Our will be Snowflake developer or data engineer. So project depends on project. We'll have 8 to 15 guys will be there. Developer, admin, architect will be there. And what happened? Tell me it's a pay as you go model. Will work for migration project. So they're like multiple databases. See this multiple databases will there. We need to migrate it and make it working. So multiple phases. Tell me the migration project will be last for what? 1 to 2 months. Huh? The migration project. Any guess? Tell me.
No, it won't be. It will be there now.
Like it will be like 1 year to 3 years because now what happened? We need to have like terabytes of it will have. So 1 year to 3 years project will be there. Okay. Tell me where exactly you'll work in which environment will work in the Dev is nothing but what? It's a development environment. Development. So test environment, QA environment, stage environment. Okay, UAT. What is UAT abbreviation? It's a user acceptance testing. What is SIT? It's a system integration testing. Okay, ultimately we'll work in which, tell me, ultimately client want which data and which data, dev data, pro data, client want prod data. So we'll work in which, mostly in which instance, as a part of developer, we'll work in the development instance, remaining at the testing instance. Ultimately what? So we should do all these things. Okay, so the CI/CD concept, continuous integration, these are things you should have a little bit idea. Remember one more time. So you should have knowledge on this concept a little bit. Okay, so what is Jira ticketing tool? So agile methodology, what is Scrum call? Like when you have time, try to work on all. Without this, we can't able to do anything. This is the project analogy, Jira, CI/CD concept. Okay, GitHub. So these are the functionality you have a little bit idea and the project. When you go to a project now, you should have this knowledge. Okay, got the point? Huh? Ask your question. Simple thing. So simple. If you able to understand this image, the project is simple. You can able to easily understand the functionality. Okay, what is the source? What is the target? What exactly source is? It can be any source. Target is Snowflake. This from this we are trying to consume the data. Okay, so bringing data, doing the transmission, validation, automation, and we are trying to give this functionality so that they can able to visualize the data. Okay, now who will see the data? The BA people. Okay, are the clients, are the stakeholder. Ultimately, they want to see their business, whether getting profit or losses. How do they improve the functionality? Suppose here what happened? If you see this image, so see in the November, they're getting more sales. But see here what happened in the May month, they're getting less sales. So they want to analyze why they're having less data. Okay, see, there most of the people are purchasing cash on delivery. So I want to make it to most on the online payment instead of cash only. So now we need to do some offers to the same thing. So who all this thing we should have data. We data is sitting in on-premises. So we want to bring all this data to one place, do the validation, transmission, and view this data. Okay, what they try to build? They try to build this dash. This is the project. Ask your question so that I'll try to help you. Anyone? Any questions?